how does the devil appear to you? Does the devil show up at your house? Does the devil show up at your house as a boogeyman with a long red tail and a pitchfork and in a red suit? No. How does the devil come against you? What does he disguise himself as? An angel of light? He scriptures in your mind. He lies to you. He tells you you got to be sick. He tells you got to be poor. Down that runs in your family, and it's not long till where the doctor only really doing his job, but he's also helping. He don't realize he's not doing it on purpose, but he's helping you to open doors to see. What they think they're doing is they're getting information to help protect you from those things. But that doctor cannot protect us from it. All he can do is treat it with medication. The only one that can protect us from it is the good Lord, and he said, I gave you power over it. So when we start doing that, and I'm not telling you, because I'm not saying don't fill those papers out. But when he starts going over them with you, you just say, hey, doc, yeah, it's there. But it ran in my family till it ran into me. Because it don't run in the family. It stops with me. Because none of that is coming. And he's going to look at you like you're crazy. Well, it's all right. That never hurt anybody. We're going to let a doctor or a professional of anything talk us out of our faith and trust in God? We're going to do that? Because they're professional and they have all the training? Now, I'm not against doctors and medicine, y'all. I take medicine myself. I'm not against. That's not what this is about. But I'd love to get to the place, and I've got them whittled down. I'd love to get to the place where I don't have to take any. But I have to learn to take authority over it. So, the Bible is telling me that I have overcome the world. So let me read it again. Ye are of God, little children, and have overcome them, because greater is he that is in you than he that is in the world. Now, is that present tense, past tense, or future tense? Do y'all know what I'm talking about there? Okay. Is he talking here that I'm going to overcome the world? Already has. It's already been done. It's already been done. So I don't have to pray, Lord, would you help me overcome the world? That's a wrong prayer. Why is that wrong? Because he already has. You're asking God to do something that he's already done. That's why when you pray for healing, and this is going to sound contrary, I don't say, Lord, heal Bob. Why? Because he already has. Because he's already paid for it. So rather, God, thank you that Bob is healed. And I now ask God for that healing to be manifest and for us to be able to receive it and let it now take hold in our body. And then what I do is I talk to the disease. I talk to the disease and command the disease to go. Whether it's cancer, whether it's fluid on the lung, whether it's pneumonia, whether it's the flu, you speak to the disease. You say, what do you mean? Who spoke to the disease to put it in your body? The devil spoke to the disease. The devil spoke to the disease and put it in your body. So the disease follows the command of the one with authority. The disease follows the one with authority. And so as far as the disease knows, the devil has the authority. Because that disease doesn't realize that you've overcome the world. You know why the disease doesn't realize that we've overcome the world? Because we don't talk like we have, we don't act like we have, and we don't live like we have. So guess who bosses our body around? The devil and disease. Yes, sir, Bob. I'm going to put this so they can hear it online.
If I can just share what he's taught me these last 6 months. And I'm nothing special. I'm a slow learner, but I learn. I do catch on quick. But over these last 6 months, I had a speech therapist because it was a brain injury that had me speaking out loud. She told me to read. She said, I don't care if it's soup can labels or milk containers, whatever it is, just find something to read and read it out loud. Okay. So I came home and I turned on YouTube, and there YouTube is telling me in that room that I needed, that has been confirmed, that when you read out loud, the brain rewires itself. And how did they find out in my case, how did they find out that performed the healing? Like you were just saying, we don't say it, I would pray and I say, God, thank you for healing me. God, thank you for healing me. But then when I got hold of this teaching that he was showing me, I began to say it out loud like I owned it. And when the scripture that I read, I only used 4 scriptures, but the first one I used mostly was that he wanted me to be in health, because there's scripture that says that. And yes, and that he wants me to prosper in every area of my life. And so as I said this, I began to say it with more and more belief myself that, I can't dispute that. It's real. It says he wants us to be healthy. He wants us to be 120 years old in Genesis, And so I'm believing I'm going to live to be 120, and I'm just, if a sickness ever tries to come back again, I'm just going to say out loud from the get-go, devil, no, get. I don't receive you. I renounce you. I'm not in agreement with you. I command you to go. And I quote scripture. And he said, get you 3 or 4 scriptures. You don't need every one of them in the Bible, but get you 3 or 4 that you believe in, and that is like a bulldog. You just don't let go. And it worked. I'm still sitting here today and I'm speaking. I didn't realize the gravity of what I went through until I was in with my doctor, and he verified everything we just said with an MRI machine.